sometimes dead is better.
Welcome to Give Me Back My Horror Movies. I am your host with the most, Nate Jin. And with me, as always, is Charles. Say hello, Charles.
I was worried he was going to sound like a vampire, but actually I think he's gotten better.
he's developing an additional character. I like that.
I am but a Jin, not a magical fairy vampire.
Huh?
I always thought it was Djinn, like Django.
No, it's just Jin.
Got that one in right away, didn't you?
I was not letting anyone steal my damn joke. It's my joke, damn it. I claimed it.
There are no chains on me.
Pinocchio?
No. It's because the Jin, the Django. Damn it! With me also is Peter. Say hello, Peter.
Good day, hello, and good evening. I'm so looking forward to talking about this movie. Let's do it.
Oh,
Thank
Nate,
you.
Are you going to do the voice all night? 'Cause
The
it's not
whole
gonna last.
Did you gargle with salt water before you came on? Or
I just ate cigars.
No, sir. No, sir.
You ever hung out in a
All
smoke
right.
shop and walked
Yeah.
home with a hangover, like a tobacco hangover? It's the worst thing in the world.
Oh, I don't want to do that at all.
Yeah, don't. I had a buddy who worked at a smoke shop once, and I visited him, and God,
Oh, Pete had a buddy once.
oh, shut up, you.
Yeah, they
This guy
all live
came
in
to my-
Hawaii. That's
Yeah,
what
this guy
Yeah,
came to my
where he
birthday
doesn't want to
party.
hang out. Doesn't want his buddy in Hawaii to watch The Crow with us. It's whatever.
No.
it's fine. Totally.
So we're out of spooky season, but the spooky movies, they never stop over here, do they, gentlemen?
Oh my God.
Not when we cover horror movies. It's
No,
always
no.
spooky season.
Exactly.
This is a treat.
We decided to do The Wishmaster from 1997, directed by special effects, Robert Kurtzman. It's got all the big names attached to it.
Dude, this
So-
is like a executive decision where there's just a shit ton of people in this.
I would say this is a greatest hits of
Oh yeah.
what you want from horror.
Where was Linda
And-
Blair? That was my only sad part.
Hey, Pazuzu's in it, which if you say it real
Pazuzu
fast,
is in
it sounds
Yes,
like
I did
Pizza
see
Dude.
that.
But I was really wanting to cover this because we'll get into that in a minute. But Charlie, you want to hit the trailer first?
I will. I'll hit the trailer.
All right.
It's
We have a trailer.
we do have a trailer. I kind
Okay.
of like this one. So here we go. Wishmaster.
Watch that crate, that's very expensive.
For centuries, he has remained hidden, watching, waiting. And now, he is coming. He knows your secret hopes. He sees your private dreams, and he can grant your every desire.
Well, I'm not a greedy man. How about $1 million? I remember a certain potentate whose last party was talked about for centuries. God, how I'd love to host a party like that.
I wish to be beautiful forever.
Even if it kills you.
As you wish.
Was it worth it? Would you like to escape? Beg for your life.
Help me!
Pray for your soul. But whatever you do, ready to play? Don't make a wish. Wishmaster. Careful what you wish for.
Oh,
That was
Man.
pretty good.
I love Divoff. I don't care. That dude was made for this movie. Period.
Is he
Ah.
making a voice or is that his voice?
It's really close to his voice. I think he gravels it up just a little bit.
Gravels it up
But
a little bit. It's
it,
great.
if you ever like hear him in another movie or just talking in an interview, it's very much Divoff's voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it was equal parts smarmy and menacing and a little bit, snarky.
Sexy.
Little-
Look sexy in there.
I don't think
Yeah.
sexy's even
I'll
in
throw
my top
sexy in there.
10. Nah.
No, I
wouldn't.
say sexy,
Like,
dude.
if you were to ask me what a pervert looks like from the 90s, I'd point at him. Like, that is what I would look at. Like, well, that is what, the police sketch would look like is Andrew Didoff from 1997 is your atypical 90s perv.
Boy, he had a nice suit on. His hair looked
just
good.
mean.
That
He
is
has a
only
nice
adding to my
smile.
case further.
He's got those pearly blue eyes.
Did you not see American
Pearly
Psycho?
blue?
All this is just pointing
Mhm.
towards pervert more and more.
Okay.
Nate, turn your video off. See if that
Oh, is it still?
not as bad, but now talk.
I'm going to annihilate Spectrum Internet.
You say
I
that
wish
every
you
week.
would. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Dump them and get WoW or whatever.
I don't want
next,
something that
Breezeway?
gives me only X amount of gigabytes, though.
Can you get the
All
bigger
right.
package? Is there you usually can.
I got a bigger package, Pete.
I got your
Damn it.
big package right here, Pete. My camera's off, but you can't see it, but I'm grabbing my junk so hard.
Ow.
He's not digitized now, so I guess technically we can go now. Yeah, I would not call Divoff a pervert. That's just mean, Nate. Why would
I'm
don't say
not
that.
being mean. I just think he looks a little weird.
No.
He's
He
got
looks
some-
creepy. The Jin looks less creepy than what he looks.
What?
No.
That's
No. That's shenanigans. I'm not gonna allow that. Stop.
Well, fun fact, the Jin looks so creepy. That's why I never watched this movie until like last month.
Oh,
I
yeah?
decided to conquer one of my childhood fears. Yeah, I always
Oh, no
remember this
way.
being shown on like Showtime or something. And like the look of the Jin was scary. Like
Yeah.
it's creepy. He's got tentacles and just like I didn't want to go around that whatsoever as a kid. And I just kind of never watched it as a teenager. And at the beginning of September, when we started to really ramp up how many horror movies we were watching around here, I was like, I have never seen the Wishmaster movies because of how scary they looked. I kind of want to conquer that fear. And what I was not expecting is a smorgasbord of horror and horror famed characters and just gore galore.
Gore galore is a great way to put it. There was
Yes.
so much Charlie's
Right out
favorite
the
words,
gate.
ooey gooey through this whole movie.
If there was
Just
a movie
wonderful.
made for us to cover, it's
Uh-huh.
Wishmaster. Let's face it.
I believe I've mentioned this before, maybe off show or something, but I have talked about Wishmaster quite a bit.
I remember you
So-
talking about it. It's
Yeah.
this is a first time watch for me, and
Holy shit!
It's
For
just-
both
yeah,
of you, basically,
right,
I'm
right.
counting this as almost as a first time watch for Nate because it was so soon
Yeah,
that he's
yeah.
seen it.
but this is what was it 85? What was it? Remind me again.
97.
97, son.
You're
Oh,
really far off.
Well, I was off whoring around. I mean, fishing for
Yep,
girls.
Yep, in 97.
was I wasn't going to the theater much to see movies, but so that's why I missed it. It wasn't we were poor college kids. We didn't have cable. We just
Mm.
we spent all our
I mean,
money on
I
alcohol.
was 9 when this came out.
So yeah,
it's just-
I missed all the Wishmaster movies. I remember seeing them in the video store, but no, this was a delight. I mean, I think I messaged you guys 3 or 4 minutes into the movie.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy shit, what an opening! Oh
Yeah.
my god, it was
Well,
great.
that's kind of what I did too. Like when I first watched it, I went, "Oh my god, I think we got to cover Wishmaster like
yeah,
right
yeah.
away." When
Yeah.
I put it in the group chat when I first watched it, because I was just being blown away by this opening. So Charlie, you're the one with history with it. Please let us
I-
know.
I have a history with this. I also have a kind of freaky Wishmaster story.
Oh,
So
bring it.
I didn't watch this in 1997, and I will lend a little bit of credence to Pete. I have always thought this movie came out like late 80s, early 90s.
It felt like it.
I really it had
Yeah.
that feel to it. So I didn't watch this movie till like 2001. I was living in Columbus at the time, and me and my buddy, other Nate, not this Nate,
There's another
there-
Nate. Who is
What?
he?
What?
who is Pete? There are allowed to be more than one Nates in the world, so just so you know. And I want to say it was like right around Halloween or something, and we're like, let's just go rent a bunch of scary movies. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's do that. I just, Jackie and I had just been married. It might not have been 01. It might have been a little after, because it was after I got sick or something. So, but anyway, story's still the same. The dates may change. So
Well
we
said.
go to Blockbuster over at Rome Hilliard.
Sure.
You two know
Yeah.
where that is. It was
Yeah.
right on the corner. And we're like pouring through horror movies, just like, okay, seen it. Nah, it sucks. This sucks. Anyway, I come across Wishmaster, and I'm like, I've never seen this movie. It's been out, about 5 years, 6 years.
Mm.
I pick it up, and I look at Nate. We're standing in line. It's a freaking long ass line. It was a Friday night, and I'm standing there holding this damn movie, talking to Nate, and I go, you know what, man? I have seen a lot of horror movies, but I wish I could watch a movie that I literally watched the skin get peeled off of someone. I want flesh to just be ripped off of them in a movie. I was like, please, can I not see that? And then I watched this movie, and my wish came true.
Have
And
you made any other wishes since?
Not while holding that movie again, I'll tell you that. But I mean, this is not a, this, I said it just, I maybe where I was holding Wishmaster, I was like, I wish, but we were just talking about horror movies. And, I honestly, I don't even know if I'd seen Hellraiser at that point, because I had skipped that movie for a long time, which, you got the Frank thing where he gets peeled. But I wanted gore. I was sick of movies with no gore. The little blood here, a beheading there, blah, 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 blah.
The 90s were rough at that. There was.
They
I was going to
were.
say,
but no
90s
gore.
horror is not exactly the best time for horror. And this
There's a
movie cut off my
tagline for
life.
this. There was
Yeah.
like taglines for this movie about we're bringing the gore back, and
Well,
they're
they did.
not joking at
Nope.
all.
Well, they brought it
but
back
anyway,
in spades. It was great.
I watched it. I fell in love with the movie. I thought it was amazing. I have watched all 4 Wishmaster movies.
Oh, have you?
I have couple times. They don't.
So,
Wishmaster 2 is pretty good. They do kind of go down in quality.
I need to watch
obviously, as they go.
3 and
Diminishing
4
returns.
still, because after part 1 ended, we instantly put on part 2.
Nice.
And then found out Andrew Didoff is not a part of 3 or 4. And basically, each movie, as it goes on, the budget gets cut in half. Then the budget gets cut in half from 2 to 3. Then the budget gets cut in half from 3 to 4. So,
yeah,
So you
it's
yeah,
kinda
we're
like
already
the-
talking a very low budget movie as it is.
Yeah,
And I can only imagine of how awesome the Djinn looks. When you're getting to 3 and 4 territory, that costume has to look pretty terrible.
'Cause they didn't-
I think
they
it
probably
does get a
repurposed
little.
it.
I think it gets a little
Little blurry.
plastic suity. But I want to say though, for 1997, in horror alone, we've had icons, like Freddy, Jason, Chucky, all these, like, we know that face. To come out in 1997 and create a whole new icon, I consider the Wishmaster an icon. I mean, most people have seen, except for you two, but most people have seen the Wishmaster. You put a picture of him up, everybody's like, it's the Wishmaster. And for the design of this character in this movie, I love the way he looks. All stages of him as well. There, from when he first comes out of that stone and he almost looks like a
You mean little baby, sweet little baby, 8-pound baby. Yeah, baby Djinn, who was
Baby
actually
Djinn.
Vern Troyer.
It was an early movie for
It was
Vern
Mini-Me.
Troyer. And as he morphs, there is a moment that I swear there is an homage, because this is produced by Wes Craven, that his face looks like Freddy Krueger's.
Oh yeah,
Right
definitely.
before he does his final his form. I know there was just too many like little characteristics of the face. I went, oh, that was Freddy for a moment, and then he transformed. So, and there are a ton of icon horror characters.
I mean,
in
the
this
narration
movie.
is the tall man.
Yep,
from Phantasm. Reggie's in it as well.
Reggie is the pharmacist.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
pharmacist that
see,
gets
I
melted.
Totally missed that. He's the guy.
They-
That
Oh,
died
that
of
bald
cancer,
head,
right?
you can't ever
yeah,
miss
that hairline.
head.
So, but that's the guy that died of cancer, right?
Yeah, that's the cancer guy. That's
How
the
did I not-
pharmacist.
So they colored his hair then, because, or I didn't recognize him.
So then
That's cool as hell.
you get Kane Hodder,
Mm.
Tony
Yep.
Todd, Robert
Yep.
Englund, Ted Raimi. Like, this really is the greatest hits of we want to get every horror icon that we can from the 80s and put them in this. And
There's one more. There's one more.
what's the other one I'm missing?
Oh, Nate's gonna love this. He is uncredited. You catch him for a second, and I only caught him last night because watching it in high def on the big screen. Tom Savini's in this.
Oh, is he? I don't think
Wow.
I saw that.
It is in a split second. It's during the pharmacist with the cancer scene, and it's from
Yeah.
the pharmacist's view when what's the lead girl's name? I can't even remember her name. Angelica or something like that.
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Because she's able to see through the victim's eyes for a moment.
Oh,
There is
yeah.
a dude in a leather jacket leaning over top of Reggie, and I looked it up. It is an uncredited cameo of Tom Savini in
so
this movie.
cool.
Nice. And
So
like it
you
makes
literally got them
sense
all.
Yeah.
because this was produced by Wes Craven. We're talking Scream 1 and 2 have came out now.
Yep.
So Wes is on a hot ticket at this point. And I imagine him just approaching like, hey, I got a bit roll for you. And you're not going to be in any makeup or anything like that. Like, we're just going to have you play,
Yeah.
security guard 1.
Right. Savini
doorman
shows up
number
for
2.
A couple hours of work.
Yep, exactly.
That's cool.
And
of course you would.
even down to the Pazuzu statue being in this, like, this is just a straight up love letter to everything horror. And I think one of the cool things too, like the 90s, like as far as horror icons go, it's Ghostface, and then we could say the Djinn. I can't really think of
about
any other
Chucky?
ones. Well, he's 80s.
Is Leprechaun 90s? Was that early 90s? For the
He
first
might be
Leprechaun?
90s, so yeah, so that's fair.
Chucky was
Yeah.
it must have been late 80s. Then.
Oh
Okay,
no,
fine.
Chucky was like
Chucky's like 86 or something.
6 or 7.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say Child's Play 2 came out in 88, something.
All
Like
right,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
that.
Something like that. Well, Child's Play 1
there's-
was 88, so Child's Play 2 was 90.
Okay, I had 88
Okay.
somewhere in my head,
Yeah.
but
it
it's
was
still
the
But
end,
then
but still.
It's funny you go into even more modern times where it's like there's not many horror icons that have been made. We got Billy from Saw.
Saw. Yeah,
Yeah, the
we
Saw.
Yeah.
get that
I mean, you could say Jigsaw / Billy with that one.
right.
Now we have Art the Clown
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah,
Terrifier.
I'll give it that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Art's
What
pretty
about the Jeeper
mainstream now.
Creeper? They haven't done.
The creeper.
Yeah.
I'll as
I
much
think
as
if the creeper
F
was
that
involved
guy,
with other people.
well, the director certainly was.
I won't give that one money anymore.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
either.
Yeah, so it's like we're struggling at this point. We're compared to the 80s where it was just boom, 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 firing off
Oh, it
all
was
cylinders.
left
Here's
and right,
another one.
almost
Here's
too
another one.
almost too many sometimes at one
Yep.
point. You're like, oh, who the
Mhm.
fuck's this guy or who's this? I don't know
And-
who all these killers are. Yeah,
And then it's funny too because like our group chat with like A Cut Above and Spoils of Horror, there was mentioning of like modern horror franchises like Final Destination, Paranormal Activity. I can't remember what
Yeah,
else, but like
Yeah,
these
but
movies
those
that
don't
have
a
multiple.
or antagonist.
But we were talking
Right.
about how they have multiple sequels and how they all
Sure.
get kind of ridiculous as they go on. And it's like, well, 30 years ago,
Like-
you would have had the same conversation about Freddy, about
Yeah,
Jason, about
yes.
Chucky. It's like literally
yeah.
nothing has changed. Like we're still talking about multiple sequels being rapid fired out, even down to this. Had multiple sequels out
got-
before what, 2002?
Yeah.
well, no, it was after 2002. I mean, I think 3 and 4 came out later in the 2000s.
I think a Ghostface
Wishmaster
hopped
4 was
into that
2002.
conversation. Don't
Which
you
one?
think?
Part
Wishmaster-
4 was 2002.
Oh.
right. When was 3? So it was
Uh,
like 2010 by the time they did that again.
2000. Wishmaster 3 was 2001. So
That
they did
doesn't
them
make
back to back.
sense, Nate. You can't go backwards.
No, Wishmaster 3 was 2001. Wishmaster 4 was 2002.
Oh, I thought you said Wishmaster 2 was 2002.
No.
I was like, how the hell are you going backwards when you're counting? That doesn't work like
It's
that.
Nate.
Nate can do anything
Okay,
he
so
wants to
they
do.
literally-
made
I
a
had
wish.
my own wish, and it now
So they definitely saved money. Just probably filmed it all the way through,
Back to back,
and,
probably.
Yeah. So that makes sense. But I also have to feel like this had to be amazing for like Wes Craven and these guys to just be like, all right, let's just give them horror.
Let's just have fun.
Just
This is
get
old
back
school horror,
into
man.
Yeah.
This is
Let's-
monsters. This is blood. This is chests opening up, faces peeling. Oh, I
And the
just love
camera
it so
doesn't
much.
shy away. which
No, it shows
it
it
doesn't
all.
say they're doing it. They show you doing it. And it's
Uh-huh.
awesome.
And the movie does a really great job of keeping most of it practical. Now, it does have some very bad CGI in it, but this is also
Yeah.
1997, and I can only picture that they were given these tools of like, hey, look what CGI can do. And I imagine just like anyone else in that time was excited to use that tool,
Mhm.
not realizing,
bad.
the technological advances that would occur very fast and how cheap that stuff would look,
Very fast, very quickly. Thanks, Matrix.
very fast, very quickly. Yeah. 2 years later, like, oh my God.
But that is one of my favorite things about this is the amount of practical effects.
And right out the gate, we are showing a snake man who is slithering on the floor asking for help. We are showing a party just being annihilated. A
It's
man's
a
skeleton
massacre.
rips
There's
out
a
of his
woman
body.
turning into
Out
a
of the-
tree.
Yeah, the skeleton. That is the moment when I went, yes! It
Yeah.
peels the flesh away from the skeleton.
So cool.
And then the
Skeleton gives
skeleton
birth.
jumps up and runs around. It literally was wearing a meat suit. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
amazing.
You got a monster bursting out of someone's stomach with teeth, eating someone else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah,
I love
that-
and it's a great hand puppet gag
Yeah.
that
Yep.
I adore so much. A lot of this was Greg Nicotero, too.
I was
We
gonna say
didn't
it was
mention
the
that.
Oh, that
K
makes
and B studio did this,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it was literally like, let's get the guys that are all awesome at doing this and let them have free range to do whatever they
Yeah.
want.
There were
This
a couple-
is like a precursor to Cabin in the Woods. That moment when
Mm.
like all hell breaks loose and
Mhm.
every
Yes.
imaginable creature happens. Wishmaster, this is the Simpsons. Wishmaster did it. Wishmaster did it.
Yeah.
Well, we get this awesome monster. The Djinn looks terrifying. His teeth, the tentacles, like he is menacing. And typically, like as a kid, when I'm thinking genie, I'm thinking Robin Williams. I'm thinking delightful and fun,
I'm
not
thinking Barbara
this
Eden.
creepy.
Well,
thinking
yeah,
who?
I dream
Barbara
of Jeannie.
Eden.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh,
I dream
dear
of Jeannie.
God,
Nate. Come
Nate.
on.
God, Pete, you're just so old.
I love that these guys
I'm sorry, Pete. I know I dream of Genie, but the thing I'm not watching? I dream of Genie. Just not.
Pete is giving Nate such a dirty look right now.
Why would I do that? Even as a kid, like why?
Nate thinks it's safe because his
Oops.
camera's off.
belly buttons.
Nate went full keyboard warrior.
The
on
belly buttons in the
right now.
90s annihilate the belly buttons of the 60s.
I don't know. You said you've never watched it, so you have not
Yeah.
seen Barbara Eden's
I
belly
know
button.
of it.
You know of it. It's famous.
I like that they make a joke about the Disney genie.
Yeah, they-
It's not the Robin Williams genie. There's things they say where I went, wait, was Aladdin
Right.
out by then? No,
Right,
it
right.
was because it's
What
Oh, yeah.
year was this?
97.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. It's wild how it is, but I love number one, this made me remember that you ever see like in the horror groups, everyone's like, what's the most memorable opening to a movie? And 90% of people say Ghost Ship, which
Everyone
not take
does.
anything
That's,
away from
that's
it.
hard to argue.
That is an amazing
Too bad the
opening.
rest of the movie
Um,
is shit.
Wishmaster, I think, is better though. Honestly, after
Definitely.
watching it again, that insanity in with the Persians is just you're not expecting that.
Mm-mm.
You're
No.
not expecting that level of chaos and gore at the front end of the movie. It almost scares you the first time you watch it. Going, well, there went all the budget.
Well, no, it's like they blew their load. There's no way.
But
And
they
then,
did.
like the next scene, you see Robert Englund and Ted Raimi, and like I was just like, "Holy shit, no way! Like this is awesome!" And then Ted Raimi gets smashed.
Squished.
He gets squished.
He gets coyoted
so
real
disappointed.
hard.
I was also thrilled, but I was so
It was like,
disappointed.
yeah,
Ted
it's-
Raimi gets creased.
It's like when he shows up in Candyman, you're like, oh yeah, Ted Raimi, and then he instantly dies. Like, oh yeah.
It's like how he dies in Darkman. He dances him outside of the manhole and he gets plastered by a car. Poor Ted Raimi. Damn it, man. I think he gets killed in like The Ring or one of those movies. There's not The Ring. It's the Grudge.
The
He's
Grudge?
in the Americanized version.
Oh
of The
yeah,
Grudge.
because Sam
With
Raimi
SMG?
produced that
Yeah,
one.
Okay.
Yeah. He gets
that would
pretty
make
messed
sense.
up in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all run the same to me, Pete. I don't know.
But then, like you said, like there's that fear of this is going to go bad, like from here on out. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, Reggie gets cancer, and we literally watch him dissolve.
Boil. His skin boils.
Oh, and
doesn't
it's
it?
so
And
gross.
it's pustulant, and it
It's
just
that
oozes
dry white
gross.
crap.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, man. Like I felt bad for Reggie because that's my dude Reggie right there. It's like,
Dude,
I don't want
Reggie.
Reggie to die.
All of our dudes, right?
Where's his shotgun? Where's the car? Come on, man. Kick their ass.
This is my quad barrel shotgun. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That homeless dude has been in like a ton of movies too. I'm pretty
He
sure he's
looked
even
familiar.
been
I
like
couldn't place him, but
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
I want to say he was like a harbinger in one of the like a horror movie or something. You know, that
Yeah.
one guy. It's like, don't go up that road. There's
Oh,
death
like-
up there.
You're going to Camp Death.
Exactly.
Now, where's my hooch?
But it's just, and then you have Divoff and just how he talks to people in this. And I want to say to make a horror movie about a genie, and it's supposed to be whoever wakes me up, you get 3 wishes. Okay, pretty basic, not much of a story there. But the fact that they added this little extra nugget of to get his power and to build up, someone can ask him of one thing and he can grant that to him, but they have to ask for it. And I was like, I really, really enjoy that little add to I don't know if that's in an actual Jin lore.
I
never
don't
read it.
know.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you one way or the other.
Now,
But-
I will say there's one little asterisk there for me where it's like I like it because then it adds a story element of, well, now he can cash in all these souls once he's
Right.
prepared.
Yeah.
But also, I don't feel like I ever say I wish, like, ever for anything in my day-to-day.
Almost nobody
sentences,
said that in this
But
movie.
like a lot of people though, like imply it just the way they talk. And he's like, "Do you wish it?" And they're like,
It's-
"Yeah, sure."
It's how he persuades them. That's the
Mhm.
whole like that's one of his powers is a power of persuasion. So while he'll make a passing joke like, "Don't you wish you could stay young forever?" And it makes the girl go, "Oh wow, that would be nice." It's just
Yeah,
just
I
for
would like that.
fun, just for fun. Say that you would like to be beautiful forever.
Mhm,
And she does. It's never about make a wish and I will grant it for you. He persuades them to either agree. Now, it only have to agree too, because when he's trying to convince the girl later, he goes, "Do you want a drink? Are you hungry? Do you?" He just keeps asking questions,
I
and all
just
she has to
feel
do is say
like-
yes.
I would pass my perception check.
I don't think you will, and I know you.
I think I could.
I don't think so.
You go get me a gin right now.
This guy, this Jen would walk up to Nate going, "There's this new death metal band, but they're playing in
Man, I'd like to go see them.
Kansas.
Wouldn't
You know,
like to go see
wouldn't it
them?
be amazing to be able to go to
Yeah,
Kansas
I wanna go
to
see 'em.
this death metal
Your
band?"
wish is good.
And Nate's going to be like, "Yeah, that would be cool." Boom.
That's what you think. But also, I'm be like, I never have any desire to ever visit Kansas ever in my entire life.
Give it any other state. Okay.
Yeah, but you picked Kansas in this situation, so that's
Maybe
on you.
I would
Boom.
like to go to Salina, Ohio, because I know you've been there, motherfucker.
Have
And
I?
so it was right next to the concerts that you went to and didn't tell
Oh.
me about while I was only 30 minutes away
I
from
did.
you.
Dude, you're
I
an
did.
ass, Nate.
I didn't know. I don't
You're
know
an
how
ass.
Ohio works sometimes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I didn't know where Wapakoneta was.
Dude, you drove there.
Yeah, but it was my
Excuse-
first time ever. And then I was like, why are there all this Neil Armstrong stuff around? This is so weird. It
It's
turns out
West
he's from.
Central Ohio.
The
dingus.
Jin, I've got it. The Jin has figured out how to get with the times, and he created Uber Eats. And he gets Nate by going, "Would you like to add anything to your order?"
Do you want fries with that?
I do kind of want fries. As you wish.
My one gripe with the Jin, the guy that lost his eyes, didn't actually say, "Yeah, I want that." He just went, "Oh."
That's saying,
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
Pete.
Yeah,
Would you wit?
boy, you're
would you
skirting-
like to
you're skirting an edge
no,
there.
no. Would you like to not see what I
Uh-huh.
am doing? Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
No more eyes. I mean,
Right.
I just feel like that wasn't fair.
what makes you think the Jin is fair in this
That is
entire
also a very good point.
movie?
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
also, yeah. Now, I will say, A, when he took that guy's sight away, it looked like he had two buttholes where his eyes are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then B,
Yeah.
when the Jin is ripping the flesh off the face, that is such a gross, wet effect.
Yeah.
And then
That
we get a
is.
CGI of him putting the face on him to turn into
Yeah.
the pervert
Well,
Andrew Didoff.
I'll give him credit. When he
Pervert,
puts
come
it on, it was still like a rubber mask.
Yeah.
But then when it transforms, they're still trying to do CG.
Right.
They're really, really
And
trying.
that's,
to do that
I'm not
instead of
even
animation.
upset about it because
I'm
it's
not.
like, I get why you would do that. This was a tool that was new. Like,
This meant that they could put more money to the more important effects.
Right,
And then
exactly.
things that they couldn't. Because honestly, I think I would have been a little bit more upset had it been he put this rubber face on and they do that where the camera spins around him.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then it's div off. That definitely would have made me think this was the 80s. 'cause
Or
that's
they
what
would have done like Ernest Scared Stupid with the like green laser going around him or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And
to-
when was the mask?
In the morgue with the guy with the
No.
eyes.
I'm sorry. The movie The Mask, Jim Carrey.
94, I believe.
94.
Yeah.
But that was
That was-
animated. That was animated though.
Was that animated or not?
That was more animation than CG. There's some
Mm.
CG in that one,
Okay.
but
All right.
I
when
haven't
you
seen
can
that
go
forever.
when you're going for a cartoony character, you can
Mhm.
hide
You can
the
go.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
that
But when
makes
you're
sense.
trying to make a flesh face appear, then it's Divoff standing
That's
there.
fair.
I feel like they did well. They did
part-
well for what they could.
The cheesy CGI though, I feel is charming. The perfect example is when Kane Hodder and he's like, "I'd like to see you try to get through me," or whatever it was he said.
Yeah,
And the Jin's like, "As you wish," and then makes him
Yeah.
like
something.
crystallized or something, and like
he
it
puts him in
looks
the
so-
glass. Yeah,
cheesy, but it's also
Mm.
very charming and adorable, and I really like it because it's Kane Hodder, So
Right.
like it works in its favor in the weirdest way that most movies I would not feel the same way about.
No, if that was like a legitimate kill in a movie, that would have been like, that kind of sucks. But when you're dealing with a genie
Mhm.
and there's
Well,
these powers,
it's
and
magic.
this isn't like the first time we saw the CG. Like
Yeah.
I love when the walls warp when they do that. The Wayne's World.
I think it's cool.
It's amazing and I love it. And then Kane, and I love how Kane Hodder, he had it at first, and I love that little twist they added into it where he goes, "Yeah, I wish you'd leave," and the Jin turns around
and
walking
starts
away,
playing.
and
And
he's
like,
pissed off.
No.
Exactly. I was like,
Yeah, that was
"Oh,
really
I
good.
like how
But
this is
Kane
That
Hodder
is
got
also-
over on him and wouldn't shut the hell up.
right."
Yeah. And that's where I feel like no one would say, "I wish you would leave." Like that is just where I'm like, I just don't think that's how we talk, but I don't know.
Is
And this has
wishing
been
you
bothering
would
me
leave
for about a
and
month
saying
now.
something like, "I need you to leave right now." Is that the same thing?
I think
'Cause
as long as it's
I don't
because
think
what
it is.
what the girl does is she goes, "I want you to die." And that's when he shoots himself up through the top of the head, and
But
he's
then-
like, "I can't die."
Then,
you know.
then she says something. Well, she had an addendum there and said, "I want you to shoot or blow your brains out." And he's like, "Okay, that's easy."
Well, okay,
Had
yeah,
she
you got
just
a point. Yeah.
stopped at "I want you to die," "I wish you would die," I think that would have been a very different.
Yeah, a different scenario.
I'll
outcome.
give you that. I'll give you that one. Yeah, I
But
think
we
you're
do
right. She did
get-
say blow your brains out.
An amazing, like the brain effect getting launched out. The CGI, once again, though, very fun of watching his head come back together.
Come back together.
And then him going like, if it's any constellation,
Yeah.
that hurts like a bitch.
Constellation, huh?
Consolation.
Constellation.
There's not a T in it, damn it.
I am
I
a
love you,
djinn. What is this American
I love you,
language
Nate.
you're using?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was the Persian dialect, I guess, is what.
Espresso.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gonna ask
Oh,
you guys,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Webster.
The TV show or the dictionary? I don't know exactly who you're referencing.
What
right
is
now.
this dick in Nary?
What? Oh no.
That was a song. God, who sang that song? Big Dictionary.
That feels like Weird Al. I'm just going to assume Weird Al right out the gate.
Is this what we're talking about?
Faster
right now?
Pussycat Kill
Yeah.
Kill. Was that?
Well, we're talking about big dictionaries right now. What?
She just loves me for my big dictionary. She loves my vocabulary.
I'm sorry. It's a little early, but it's time for a commercial. And I'm just going to preface this. I'll explain this commercial when it's done. All right. We'll be right back.
As you
Don't go
wish.
away. It could be a grave mistake.
Welcome to Manic Movie Monday, where one person's trash is another person's treasure. Here we celebrate the trash, the treasure, and everything in between.
You know when women get stressed, we take a bath.
There's a lot to unpack with this movie.
Spoiler alert, prison is not like reform schoolgirls, and I really wish somebody would have told me.
We're catfishing serial killers.
We're just trying on clothes without tags and seeing what fits. Everyone is wearing mail order lingerie.
So join us every other Monday and stay manic.
Secret wish horses tell you if your secret wish will come true. Unlock our secrets, find the magic key. A place to hide secrets. She says I'm pretty. Still more. Secret jewelry. It sparkles. And shimmer shine hair. A special surprise. A secret wish necklace. Make a wish. Will it come true? Yes. Secret wish horses tell you. Beautiful. If your secret wish will come true. Secret wish horses come with jewelry and a secret wish necklace with 6 different answers. Each horse sold separately.
Don't let the commercials bug you. We're back.
Do you have the whole collection of secret wish horses?
Okay,
Charlie.
So first off, in honor of, we're gonna, we have a heroine in this movie. The female protagonist overcomes.
I love
evil.
heroin.
And I also realized I have to keep being reminded that women listen to our podcast too. So I was like, you know what? When I type in "wish toy commercial," all girl commercials, and call me sexist. I don't care. There were girl commercials when we were growing up. They're girl toy commercials now.
I'm calling you sexist because you can't remember her name is Alexandra. Every time there is a. Yeah, I'm getting better.
You're getting real good at that.
But every time there is like some sort of woman lead character, Charlie's like, I don't remember her name.
I thought he was going to say Jacqueline for how many times I forgot Jacqueline's name over at a cut above. But anyway, so I put Manic Movie Monday. They're awesome podcasts. You guys need to be listening to them. And the Secret Wish horse thing, I picked it because I went, oh shit, my sister had that thing. Totally forgot about it. This was one of those unlock my memory. And the reason I remember it so much is because in the commercial, it gives you a little key and you unlock its saddle. And that's where you keep all your girl secrets.
Yeah.
Is that where you keep your wishes?
Where you keep the weed.
That's where you keep you hide your weed in there.
Yeah, hide your weed.
I would hide the key to that damn thing all the time and piss Sarah off constantly. And then I'd get in trouble and I have to give the key back. And then after about a month, everyone would forget and I'd hide it again.
You asshole.
I just kept hiding it. I saw this commercial. I was like, unlocked memory. And I was like, I got to talk about this. So
that's awesome.
Girl power commercial. Awesome story to go with Wishmaster because it was Wish related.
About what year was that? I
94, I think is what the commercial said.
Yeah, that's
like
after
that.
my sister. My sister had the strawberry shortcakes and the ponies and all that shit.
Well, she had the ponies and stuff like that, but this was, this wasn't like a huge
94 was after.
line.
That's when she was looking for Strange.
Yeah, the horse looks like the She-Ra horse, the one that had the wings, but it didn't have the wings.
Probably
it's probably the mold.
I was gonna say probably the same mold.
But
Hasbro
yeah,
was famous for doing that, or Mattel.
yeah, they were. We're going to give you Robin Hood and his Merry Men's
Yeah.
Treehouse. It is literally the Ewoks
goddamn
playset.
Ewok. And Little John is a
Slap a new
Gamorrean
sticker.
guard. Yes.
No, Friar Tuck. Friar Tuck was the
I'm sorry,
Gamorrean
Friar
guard.
Tuck.
Yeah. All right, Wishmaster. No more singing songs, guys. Come on.
I cannot. I know you hate musicals.
I
I
hate
can't.
musicals even on our own show.
Don't
Stop
stop
it.
me now, because I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now.
Really,
Man,
just
he's
right
gonna
out
get
of the gate.
sued.
I know, you're right. Now we're going to get copyright
Yeah.
claimed.
Great.
Damn it.
Great. Well, you can listen to this
Give me a
episode till you got to
goal.
about the 40-minute mark. Then it was done for.
So speaking of the girl I can never remember, Alexandra, the whole time I'm watching this, I kept going, she is basically an older version of the girl from My Girl. I think it's Anna Chumsky or something like that.
Wow,
she has
that's
the
an important name.
same haircut, same facial features. I asked Jackie, I was like, does she not look like the My Girl girl? She's like, actually she does. She goes, the ponytail is really what's making it look like, the younger in the
Shit.
face.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She looks just like her.
Yeah, I was getting Linda Hamilton, only a
There
little,
is
a little cuter. No offense, Linda. Please don't kill me.
this is like the Children of the Corn, Linda Hamilton. Was it Children of the Corn or Village of the Damned?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Children of the Corn.
I always get them mixed
I
up.
think that was the first one.
It was the first one,
Yep.
I think, yeah. Outlander. We have your woman,
yes,
Outlander.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
See, we didn't cover that one. We covered the more awesome part 2.
All right.
So-
funny story about part 2
that was such a
over the
good-
weekend. I was over at friend's house. I was like, we're watching Children of the Corn part 2.
Oh,
And
Nate,
everyone
good choice.
groaned. And I went, fine, I'll just go to the
No.
one spot that I want you to see. So I took it to, our kill of the year with the mannequin. And I forgot that kill doesn't happen for like an hour and 10 minutes into the
Pretty
movie.
much.
And then everyone's like, you would have made us watch this movie for over an hour to see this one scene. I was like, well, yeah. I was like, there's a lot of other good ones.
There's
in here,
other
too.
scenes. Damn it.
That movie was amazing. I think 2 and 3 are amazing. Holy shit.
I love them.
Yeah.
They were so good. Like that.
I think
Did
they're
we
in the
decide
same
that was
vein
like
as
the
this.
best trilogy out there? The best horror was like one of them at least.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yep. Nope,
You know what?
that's
If Wishmaster 3 could have kept the same team, we probably would have had
You got a
another,
good point there. So
well,
I see how Nate's circling back
entertaining.
to Wishmaster. I apologize.
Well,
No,
it
you're good.
wasn't. It wasn't Wishmaster urban style, so that's where they lost it on the third Wishmaster. But
That's because the third one came out after the 90s. If it would have been right there, it would have
We'd
been
have got
fine. Yeah.
we'd have got it. Eventually, it would have been Wishmaster in space. I just know it would have got
Why
it.
don't we
It
have
really would've.
Wishmaster in space? We've got Leprechaun
know.
in space. Why can't we have Wishmaster? in space?
Astronauts need wishes too.
Right?
I wish it
That
wasn't
would be
stuck
interesting.
up
There
here.
was
It would
Hellraiser
be.
in space too.
There was Hellraiser in space.
Well, one of
I
the fun
haven't seen
things
that
is
one.
the guy that wrote this also wrote Hellraiser 3 and 4.
Well,
So-
see, there it is. It was
Yeah.
right in their palm of their
Right
hand, and they blew it. You blew it. But anyway, speaking of Alexandra, man, I liked her as a lead character. She never.
I think she's
felt-
great.
Yeah,
She doesn't feel
get
weak.
annoying. She doesn't. She's
Nope.
not weak. She doesn't get annoying. I like that she's like more straight to the point. She's fairly clever as she gets going with the gin. One of my favorite scenes though is where she's like sitting there. It's like after the quotation mark boyfriend dies, and she's at the tennis court, and she turns her head, and there's like his zombified corpse
Mhm.
body talking to her. Very Pet Cemetery. Like
Oh,
throwback
yeah,
to that
yeah, yeah.
to the jogger dude that would
Uh-huh.
keep talking to the guy. Again, I want to say like everything that happens in this movie is somewhere an homage to another movie. Like most of the kills, even like the creature coming out of the dude's stomach, that's a throwback to Alien.
right.
You get all these other like little homages that they've done. But yeah, I really like that, and I liked her. I like the lady that she's talking to try to get history about the gin. She's very snarky, and I love that. She's over there trying to like get this play figured out. She goes, "I'm not even the one in charge. I'm not the real teacher. They're gonna run me out of here in a minute, but I'm gonna cause as much chaos as I can." I'm
As
like,
the professor's
I like
here,
you.
I'm at the bar.
I like you, lady. You're nice. We lose Nate. He got real quiet.
No, it's just you guys were doing your
Okay.
thing. No.
Okay. You scared me, Mister. My internet
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was
So-
just enjoying the conversation.
This is great that we don't have to see Nate's face. We still gotta listen to him, but I don't.
I'm
going
gonna
to
turn the camera on, and my pants are not gonna be on. And it's just gonna be my butt
Oh.
cheeks. So that's on you at that point.
I will counter that with my own butt cheeks.
I will be like Kenny, and I will have my butt cheeks where my hood is, and that'll be where my face is.
A fear boner is a thing, right?
Yeah, you're both gonna have one after you see this butt.
And you know, we have to put a big old fat goose egg on our board on the wall, Nate and Pete.
Why is that?
There's no nudity in this movie.
There
It's
is absolutely
crying
zero.
shame.
But there's a very handsome Robert Englund in this.
He's a very dapper,
Very dapper art collector, you know,
Mhm.
wants his art gallery show to be known for everything, I guess you could say.
So it is 1997, and in the 90s they did get away from any nudity. I think it got expensive.
Yeah, the actors
ask
just caught on that they
actors-
could get paid.
More for any sort of naked work.
There's also a
and
new
as
survey.
they should. If you're going to take off your clothes, you
Yep.
should earn some more money.
Well, I just saw a recent survey with Gen Z saying they want less nudity in their TV shows and movies as well.
Saw that.
Yeah.
I'm not
How much
surprised.
nudity
I'm
is
not
out
either.
there in films today?
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Pearl and X, and there's definitely some boobies in there, but I don't remember seeing a lot of.
I don't.
It's not
I
like
don't
the
know.
80s. That's for damn
It
sure.
makes sense it'd be phased out at this point.
I think it'll be less mainstream. I don't think it'll ever be phased out. as long as you have
I
well,
think
yeah.
there's a lot
projects
more
and stuff.
male frontal nudity than ever before.
Well, that's
in
thanks
the
to
last
Game of
few years.
Thrones. You know, when they finally realized, yeah, we can show
Well,
wieners. You know?
Yeah. Ben
was
Affleck
that?
dropped dong in Gone Girl. So
Did he?
Yeah.
That Suicide Squad second
Oh,
movie.
the crazy one with John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drops dong in that movie.
There was in that opening village scene, like you remember the Predator opening scene,
Yeah.
where they're just laying waste. Somebody's in the toilet and comes out of the toilet, and this guy
Swinging dong.
Wow, son, that's my goodness. You have
Come
been
to
blessed.
think of it,
You have been blessed, and this thing is just swinging like a garden hose
there
all over
is
and it's glorious. Like you just look at it and go, "Wow, there it is." God
in
bless
the
you, son.
boys, there is a super that has a very, very long dong
Yep.
that attacks people with it.
Yep,
What?
That's his superpower.
I've only seen
Yeah.
I've only seen like the first two seasons. That's got to be in like
It might be season 3
And
when he shows
anyway.
up.
Maybe. Yeah.
we're just getting we're giving something to the ladies now.
Hey,
Thankfully,
I have no idea why it was always such a thing to where like we could show boobs and bush honestly in movies, but dong was where we drew the line.
I don't
Like,
know. It
because
doesn't make
dudes
sense to
are
me.
making
Like
the
we
movies,
see it every
and
day,
dudes
just
are
like how
producing
women.
the movies.
But I mean, it's like women that they see boob every day, and it's like we see dong every day.
Well,
So
Dolph Lundgren kind of
cares?
dropped dong in the first Punisher movie.
Did he?
Yeah, he's like
Uh,
meditating naked.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's like a shadow of the dong.
He almost does
A shadow of the
in
dong.
Showdown.
Man,
I
that's
would-
my next book. Taking
would imagine-
TFTM.
I would imagine we're all in the shadow of Dolph's dong.
Nate's already called the book title.
You call
Yeah, Shadow of the Dong. I've got that
Shadow.
copyrighted.
copyright, copyright.
Copyright. It's mine.
Is your dong going to dress up like the Batman and like Shadow of the Dong?
No,
Am
I'm
I
thinking more
sketching
that
there?
William Dafoe movie where he was Shadow of the Vampire.
Oh, Shadow of the Vampire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow
yeah.
of the Vampire's dong.
So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't
It's
suck
right
the dong,
there.
the dong sucks you.
It almost writes itself. Guys, we can't have another unhinged episode like The Crow, okay?
What are you talking about?
Can
We're
we
just-
talk about
we're-
Wishmaster?
Yes, I was trying to about a handsome Robert Englund who does
All
not.
I wanted to say that there
He
was no
doesn't-
boobs in this movie.
Yeah,
That's all.
and Robert
It
Englund
could have
doesn't
been like
drop
Charlie.
dong.
Charlie, that was a really astute observation you had. Continue, Nate. That's all it took.
What do you mean? I'm infatuated with certain parts. of the movie.
Especially.
Yes, of the movie. Parts of the movie. But yeah, I like Wes Craven in this. It's a or not Wes Craven, but damn it, you got me all jacked up.
Yeah. No, I don't want to.
I like. That's not what I said.
It is.
I do. Stop. Y'all talk. I don't care.
You're gonna say you like Robert Englund.
I do like
movie.
Robert Englund. Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
I do as well. And I adore that the final scene of the movie mirrors the opening scene of the movie, where everything goes to hell in a handbasket, and like the piano wire using its bad CGI to wrap around that man and decapitate him.
Wait,
you know who that man was, right?
No, who was that?
That was the director.
Nice. I
That
would
was
do
Kurtzman.
that. That's
Wait a
awesome.
minute. Hold on, Nate. You
Go
know
for
what a piano is, but you don't know what a trumpet is.
Triangle.
Eat shit, both of you.
Trombone. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Tuba.
You play something.
Death by tuba.
Yeah.
That was
You
a lot
into
of fun.
something. That's all I know.
That final scene equaled the insanity of the opening scene. So I really like that bookend that this movie had.
I like
Right,
that
yeah,
a
that's
lot.
exactly
With a
it.
bloodbath and ended with a bloodbath.
And it
right before the happy ending.
explains it gives it a good explanation as to, because as we're watching the movie, you're like, well, how was he, like, the king didn't wish all his people to die, so this
Well, he
kind of
wished
like one
for
of those he
something
wished,
like a grand party, wasn't it? Like a party not
Well,
to be forgotten.
Robert Englund does, and what the Wishmaster does is he twists it to be like the party that he was talking about, that
We'll
potent.
talk about this for centuries.
Right. So that kind of gave him carte blanche to just do whatever came to his head. And that's literally how we got so much chaos, because it's not like, I wish that guy would die from piano wires, I wish that lady would get trapped in a painting. It's just him being able to just have free reign and do what.
Well, it's like when that happens, then you get like the one dude's face that gets piked, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
stretching his face, and like that's nasty as can be. What glass shatters, and like you see a man's like skin just rip off at that point.
Who got their jaw ripped off? Where was that?
That was
That was at the
police
cop
That was in the
scene.
police station.
Yeah.
Holy
See,
shit.
there's
That
just
was-
so much body horror in this.
I liked even how Robert Englund was vomiting some sort of a maggot thing, which
Oh, that's so awesome.
looked like a lot of Freddy stuff. Like there was
when
he was
I
eating
felt
the
Freddy
girl.
in that.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that was totally a Nightmare on Elm Street thing.
Well, that
And it
one
was so gross too. Oh,
that one dude hanging upside down and his neck is tore open with tentacles just
Yes.
going nuts out of
Yeah.
his neck.
You don't know what it is, but it's just something
No.
bursts out of him.
Well,
Did
it
the
felt
Pazuzu statue?
otherworldly.
yeah.
Did the
This was a
Pazuzu statue
Hellraiser-
kill anyone?
Yeah, its arms come out, didn't it?
That's what it was. Yeah.
They shot out like tentacles.
See, that's the thing. It gets so crazy. It's like, wait, what else happened here? Like the statues come to life, and like one takes a mace, and you literally see a man's face
Those
get like
statues look
caved
really
in.
good.
He caved that
were.
dude's face in, man.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Well, I mean, there's like glass shattering everywhere and people getting impaled by glass, and just it's just complete and utter death and destruction all the way through. We've skipped over one little thing I wanted to bring
Oh,
up, and
go
for
ahead.
while we're praising this movie for what it was able to do and how it looks, and the CG's a little questionable, there is one thing in this movie that I really have a hard time forgiving,
Ooh, do tell.
and that's the set for Inside the Gym. That
Oh, that-
literally looks like curtains and bed sheets.
some hippies
strewn
basement
about.
in the 60s.
It, like,
Lava lamps and beaded doorways.
cover it in like high gloss clear, make it not look like fabric, please, because it looked like the forts we would build as kids. Like, I got a cool court, I'm hiding in my fort, I am the king of my fort. And that's how I felt like the Wishmaster was in there. He's like, check out my cool shit in my fort. Look at my dog. My dog hangs out in the fort. And the dog's cool. I love the look of it. It reminds me of, it had like a Predator alien kind of feel to it. Just this no eyeballs look. And, there was cool shit. do better on your sets, damn it.
Ouch.
All right, that's my only rant about this movie.
Strong
but I just
opinions.
wanted-
Strong
No,
opinions.
you paid further attention to that basketball court than I did.
Might as well been the basketball. The tennis court was a better
Tennis
set
court. Oh,
than inside. There was a basketball. No, Nate. There was basketball. She coached basketball.
Yep, that's
for
right.
the kids. So
Nate
you're
knows-
fine.
I was close.
Nate
I
knows
was kind of
sports
in the
ball,
right
but
ballpark.
not-
I
not
have
music
one
stuff.
other thing I will talk
Yeah?
about when we get to the end of this, which we're almost to
All
the
right.
end of this movie.
I think we're pretty close here, but all right.
So she has the showdown. Basically, she has done her 2 wishes. She had to wish to get out of that thing, which that always fucking sucks when you lose
Yeah,
that
she
second
lost
wish.
a
Right.
second wish so quickly.
She had 4 wishes. She even got 4 wishes.
Yeah, she
He
got
gave
one
her
for
a-
free.
He
Yeah.
gave her a free one, and she
And I
squandered.
thought that should have been like, if I was a Jinn, I'd have told you got a free one, but that would have counted as your first one.
Right.
I'd have been
Right.
an
Such a
asshole.
sneaky gin.
Like
Exactly.
the first time I watched this, I thought that's exactly what happened,
Yeah.
and then I watched it the second time today. I'm like, oh, there really were 4 wishes. Okay.
Yeah, he did give her 4.
I
and
missed
she
it.
had to blow one, which means, and I think that's where I like that he can grant wishes elsewhere, because otherwise there's no more genie powers, there's no more kills, nothing that can happen until the face off, because there's no wishes happening. And I like that they were able to discover that may be an issue and tweak the powers a little bit. But we do, where she finally gets her sister, he plays the ultimate card. He traps her sister. Like,
Mhm.
she's going to die.
Mhm.
You got to make this wish. You
Oh yeah,
have
she's
no
the
other
painting,
option.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's like burning. Like, he
Mhm.
puts
That's
her in
right.
the
It's-
painting.
Oh, she's burning in the painting. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
very
starts
Harry
out
Potter, right?
She's just in the painting, and then when she's like, "I'm not going to do it," he sets it on fire, and I'm like, "That's awesome."
But the painting is on fire. It's not on fire. It's weird. It's weird.
It's inside the painting.
The fire
is
in
fire.
the painting.
Yeah.
is
Well,
on fire,
there's
right?
also the story element that gets talked about very briefly for only to set this up, where the family was in a fire and she was only able to save her sister, not her mom and dad.
Right.
So now her sister is
I
on
missed
fire.
that.
It's a throwaway line that has nothing to do with anything, but then it comes full circle at this moment now that the sister's
And honestly,
trapped.
it honestly didn't need that, because you could just go with the bond of sisters, and
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
I would have totally been fine with it. And so we get to the point where she's like, "Okay, I know how to fix this now. I know what to ask the Jinn, and he can't screw this up." And she wishes that whatever the guy's name that was running the crane that dropped the statue that released the Jinn,
Yep.
she says, "I wish he wasn't drinking that day." And the Jinn's like,
Brilliant.
"What the fuck? Like, what the fuck did she do? Holy shit,
Mhm.
that screwed me." And I'm sitting there going, "You're telling me that's the only dude in the world that is that name and drinks? Or what was he drinking? Could it have been some dude drinking water that day? And you could have made it out like that's what you took care of and totally screwed her, which is the
Well,
whole thing.
he didn't
has
think
done.
about that.
But he has done this the whole time, that there's
Right.
always a way
He's-
around. But that was the ultimate, like, oh, he's not drinking that day. No, there could have been someone else by that name that was drinking that, a cab driver in North Carolina drinking beer that day, and he quits drinking.
But if she says this blanket, then none of the dudes that are named that who were drinking 2 days ago are going to drink. So all the person that
And then
the
Oh,
persons
okay.
she
that
just
were
saved
named
more
that
lives.
in the world.
That's
didn't have a
a
drink that
Uno
day.
reverse right there, Pete.
Yeah.
I accept
Mhm.
that explanation. Very nice.
He
Okay.
got your ass.
Uno reverse.
Sneaky Jin.
Sneaky.
I'm not Jin. I'm
Kid.
the Jin. Okay.
Tricks are
Get it
for
right.
kids.
But I
And-
like that. I like
yeah.
that's how he is defeated. It's not as simple as I wish you didn't exist. There's some thought behind that.
There's some thought behind it. We get Ted Raimi back, and honestly, I think I'm going to play the drop. Then we can continue talking about this, because this kind of goes hand in hand with the next
Mhm.
bit. So, raining blood for Wishmaster. On the surface, there's a hellacious kill count in this.
Right?
62 people die in this movie.
Good Lord.
That's action movie territory,
That's good
gentlemen.
work. Yep.
That is.
You don't see many horror movies with that kind of a kill count.
It's also very
Unfortunately,
impressive
Go ahead.
because of how many kills are actually sprinkled throughout the whole movie.
and you see almost every single kill.
Yeah, like this isn't one of those things where, like we talked about, the front load being heavy or just the back end. Like it's throughout the whole damn movie that you're getting what's going to make this segment very difficult.
And this isn't counting obviously the Jinn. This isn't counting Divoff's character because he was already dead. This isn't counting the 4 statues that come to life and they destroy, because that's the kill count I was reading listed everyone that did it. So me subtracting still did it. But the problem is there is a giant asterisk with this movie. Most of these kills don't
got
happen.
wiped away, right? It doesn't happen because
it's a
of the
clean
wish.
slate.
So, but thankfully, that doesn't make it 0 because
No,
everything that happened in the past
before,
and Charlie counted that, and there are 17 people that die in the Persian.
That's pretty good.
Beginning of the movie.
You sneaky Jinn once again.
Think you get one pass, old Charlie? Not today, sir. Not today. All right. Well, and you are correct. We're going to ignore the asterisks. We're going to ignore the.
Oh yeah, let's just total
annoy.
it all.
Yeah. I thought you said the Noid. I was like, he's back.
I said annoyed, but that was just with you two. But
fair.
You can pick any kill for kill of the week.
God, how this is
this is gonna be hard, guys. I know what mine is. But,
67
I know what mine is.
kills, and we got to pick one.
62.
I'm sorry, 62. Math is hard.
Okay. Well, let's
Nate's
get Pete,
first.
if you, yeah. Let you go first.
Me? I go first?
Yeah.
Well, guys, I adore any time that a skeleton can do something wacky. So when the skeleton burst out of that man's skin and then attacked another person, and that skeleton's covered in blood, and it looks so cheesy, but I love it so much. And it's a great effect of watching that skeleton give birth. Yeah, that's my kill of the week. It could have been so many other ones, but my Lord, it's so good. And it sells you for the whole movie right out the gate. So that's mine.
I should have went first because that was mine. Because that's literally the kill that answered my wish. Like, how do I not pick that one?
Yeah,
I have to pick that one.
It's that good though. It's so
and
gory.
It's not like the skin melted. It tore. It was chunky.
You see like everything just ripping.
You see visceral. You see just stuff coming off of the skeleton. It starts with his chest too, because his chest just bursts open,
splits.
And that rib cage comes flying out, and all the guts and shit fall, and then you get Army of Darkness skeleton running around, which is I'm fine with that. But damn it, that has to be the kill for me among dozens of amazing kills in this movie. So Pete, you got the hard one now.
62 kills and
throw a dart. You win. You know,
right. We're all right in the high country here, but it's got to be the cop that gets his jaw ripped off.
That's like my second one. Honestly,
I was not expecting that because this regular dude that it was the Jinn tricked the detective into saying something like, "I wish it was easy and we could just nail this guy." And there was a bunch of witnesses. So this guy goes ape shit, starts unloading.
Shoots 2 cops, dead point blank. Yeah.
And then just reaches up and grabs this cop's lower jaw and rips it off of his face.
And then hits him with it. Like rips his jaw, hits him in the face.
And the tongue is dangling too.
That. And I loved it so much. It was like, holy shit.
And I love in that one that he shoots the cops and they're all on top of him. And then when the detective still has enough, reasoning to look back at Divoff, and Divoff realizes, oh, that wasn't enough of a distraction. that's when that one dude gets like super power
Super Saiyan,
and does that. Just like,
Mhm.
I need a bigger distraction. Guess what you're going to get? And, oh my God.
You're gonna get
It's
superhuman
literally,
strength.
it's probably
rip
my
a jaw
number
off.
2 kill in
Oh
this,
my
that
God, it
jaw.
was-
Yeah, no,
It-
that would have been my other one because
Yeah,
even when he grabs the gun and starts shooting those cops and just like the blood squids that fly
They're
out of
violent.
them,
They're
it's
violent
real
blood
violent.
squids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like
They shoot him and all those blood squibs going off of him. Like he's exploding
Like
with
his-
and everything
blood.
just happens
belly, yeah.
so fast. It's chaotic and it just works. It works so well with that scene.
It's great gore horror movie stuff, man. This is what I don't know. I want to say I wish all horror movies were like this, but then nothing would be special.
Well, it's
We'd be
not
like,
even that.
yeah.
It's still fun. Like it doesn't outweigh its welcome. Like it doesn't overstay its welcome.
I
I
also
should say.
it's not mean either. I don't.
Yeah,
think this is
exactly.
a
The
mean
tongue
movie.
is firmly in the cheek with this movie.
So this isn't slapstick, but this isn't
No.
like dire, oh God, tension, all this stuff. This one is literally the masters having fun. And when I
And
say the
that's it.
masters, I'm talking about the masters. of
Clearly,
horror
K and B.
are
Yeah.
having
People
fun.
had so much fun making these. There's no doubt in my mind that people had
Yeah.
a ball.
And here's
making
the
this
big
movie.
thing. These deaths, as much as they are, so many of them are unique that they
Yeah.
stand out. None of them get like blurred in together. And that's some of my
No.
problems with like some of these ultra violent movies where it's just like, well, everything kind of starts to run in together. But this is like Dead Alive where there's so much unique kills
Exactly.
that it doesn't matter how much death there is. There's a lot of fun. There's only so much you can do if knife goes in, guts come out,
Exactly. The slasher can only do so much. I
Yeah.
do want to say though, since we're talking, this is one of the few times where we're talking about kill of the week. I do want to mention the weakest kill of the movie, at least for me, was Tony Todd's death in the water chamber.
Ooh.
Thank you. That's the
Oh,
only one. I
okay.
don't like the wish. I don't understand it. The whole dialogue.
You want
I
to
felt like it
escape,
was
so he
wasted.
tosses you in a
Right.
A-
And,
a-
and
a
to
box
the
of
throwaway
water.
line that Houdini did it in 2.5
Yeah,
minutes. And
nah.
I was like, I am glad you guys are with me on that because I was like,
No.
I'm going to say it and
Mm-mm.
I'm hoping that neither of you really care for
No.
it. But for Tony Todd, you could have made that been
It's
anyone
fucking
else.
Tony Todd.
It's
Yeah.
Tony Todd. That dude deserved a better
Uh-huh.
death than that.
Well,
I mean,
yes.
the dude that wished for $1 million and his mom died. That's the type of shit we're
Oh my
getting in this
God.
movie.
I
I know.
loved that so much. It was. I want $1 million, and his mom gets on an airplane. Kaboom! It just blows.
I
up out of
forgot to fill out the insurance part. Oh, it's $1 million to my last living son. I'll write his name. And then this is the closest it gets to comedy is that plane explosion where you're just like, oh, airplane, boom, like straight from an action movie.
I paused the movie because I was laughing so damn hard.
But that's where this movie is
The
having
most
fun.
absurd thing.
Yes.
And they even give it to her, Tony Todd, much like Kane Hodder. It's like, oh, he's being this badass. He's a tough guy. And then that happens with the wish of him going into the tank. It's like, well, that was kind of weak.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a boo. That was a boo.
Kane Hodder
Yeah.
did it to himself, so to speak, right?
Right.
But Tony Todd is like, yeah, maybe I just want to escape, and that's
it didn't even
how
feel
does
like
that
warranted
translate
for that
into
character.
putting you into
no.
a Houdini escape. No,
It
didn't make
should
any
have had
sense.
to be doing something about being like a doorman or something, being something.
Right.
Hell, turn him into a door. Like I'm
What?
here to guard the door or
Whoa,
something, and turn him
there's
into a
something.
door. Yeah, anything other than the water
Right.
torture thing. But
Everyone's got to twist your junk to get in.
Ow!
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 No, Pete. Why
You gotta
always with the dick?
open
Stop it.
Yeah, man. Why are you trying to twist dongs on this
It's
cast?
The knob of the dong. No,
knob.
Nate, you
said
can't have
knob.
that one.
Nah, I don't want that one.
You don't want that one?
No, I don't want that one.
That one.
The knob beats the knocker. I don't know. Let's rate this thing. Here we go.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Oh my lord.
Well, I think I guess Pete should go first. I don't know. Yeah.
Fellas, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
It's not good.
But it's a lot
It's not a
of
good
fun.
movie, but it's a lot of fun. I think on the back of entertainment, This is an 8.5. This is a go watch this movie. Do not pass go. Go watch this movie. There are lots of better movies out there, but as far as like this felt like an 80s movie in the 90s.
It did, man.
And it had so good. Just I'm done. I'm done. Go watch this movie. Strong recommend. And it's on Tubi. Yay, Tubi! Hey,
All
Tubi,
of them are on Tubi
sponsor
right
us.
now.
Yes,
Hooray
they
for
are.
Tubi.
Yes. All right. I guess I'll go next. That way I can leave Charlie for last because he has connection with this movie and
That's
we
fine.
did
That's
it.
fair.
Yeah. So I'm right there with Pete where it's like, God, it's a very cheesy movie.
Oh yeah.
And I honestly feel very ashamed that I did not see this as at
You and me
least a
both,
teenager.
Mhm.
Like I really, but the design was so scary, man. How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know? But I'm gonna give it an 8. It's a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much fun that I think this is the first time after watching a movie we have fast tracked to be covered on the podcast within a month.
Yeah.
Usually stuff gets put on the list and it just like see where it falls. I was very adamant that this had to be covered right away because I wanted to just dissect this with everyone.
And you did right, Nate. This was
Yeah.
This was deserving of a fast
And
track.
like when we're talking about Halloween party movies, oh, this is one.
Oh my God, this is
And
definitely a Halloween party movie.
something we have not talked about. It's an hour and 25 minutes.
It's
It
gloriously
flies
short.
by.
They
It does
don't
not
waste
feel
a minute in this movie.
There's not a moment where I am bored or just wishing something didn't happen because it's moving so quickly, but everything stands out so well. It's just God. So
there's so much you forget to talk about stuff. I mean, really.
yeah, really, we almost forgot about the jaw
Chock
getting
full.
ripped off.
It's a thick film from start to finish.
So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me.
That's all I can say.
Charlie, what about you, sir?
As much as we're giving Nate credit for this, I have been pushing for us to do the Wishmaster movies.
Oh.
And I didn't know Pete had never seen it. Nate had told me he
Same.
had never seen it. So I was being the one that has seen it multiple times. I'm like, you guys, Nate, you need to watch this movie. And finally he goes, I watched it. We're going to cover it. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you decided we're going to
Well,
cover
thanks.
this movie.
Thanks, Nate.
Good job.
You're
Nate.
welcome.
But yeah, I have had a connection with this movie, and I know it's silly, but that moment, that movie in my hand, and I say those words and it happens, has stuck with me forever. That I wished I wanted to see skin flay, and not just one time in this movie. This movie does it over and over and over again. He rips faces off. There's flesh being peeled. There's flesh being cut. It's glorious. I have a lot of fun with this movie. I don't know how many times I've seen it. I think I'm going to be right there with Pete. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Nice.
Like I said, it's a loose story. I won't say this is a bad movie. I won't say this is not a good movie. I think there really is. I don't think there would be a whole lot to change to make this a very dark movie. I don't want to lose any of the gore or anything, but they could have darkened it. And just like we were talking about, they're riding a fine line of almost too silly, or do they go dark? And they nailed the straight and narrow.
Well, I do think too, like, let's say you had like, we'll just say A24 just for the sake of how easy it is.
Yeah, we talk about it. Yeah.
To make this kind of movie, I don't think it'd be as memorable because it's not going to be as fun. And I say that where it's like, well, obviously it's not going to be as fun, but like that's the charm of this movie and what makes it such a blast to go through is,
like I didn't even look up to see if there are any other like genie movies. I know there's another one called Djinn that was done in the 80s. Sludge owns the VHS. It's signed, which is really cool.
Of course it is. God bless
but
you, son.
I don't know if there's more modern interpretations of the genie, the Djinn, whatever you want to call it. And I want to say it's because everyone's seen this movie and went, well, how the hell?
Yeah, well, we're not topping that.
Right. Or if we're going to do it, it has to be super dark and no one wants to put the budget that honestly a genie movie would have to be heavily CG.
Oh yeah, because you'd go with crazy ass wishes and stuff like that.
Right. So, and I'm sure there's one out there. I'm sure there's some, random one that got put out by what is our favorite? Is it Asylum that puts out weird shit all the time?
Yeah.
Just, here's a movie about a genie because we thought a genie movie was coming out eventually. So,
right.
Check your local Walmarts. That's pretty much how that stuff works. But I don't know, man. I think for me in 1997, they created an iconic character as far as I'm concerned. They were able to pull all the stops out. They gave us gore back. And yeah, I'm going to be at an 8.5. You could twist my arm for higher, but I think fair
now,
is 8.5.
Before we get into trash opinions, Charlie, I need you to right now metaphorically just hold a copy of Wishmaster because we all had homework, boys. We all have to ask for one wish on this episode.
I'm not rubbing that DVD again, man. That just that would be wish number 2.
All I need is for you to hold that DVD and just ask for, Terminator 3 through whatever not be made.
Not exist at all.
Yeah.
So
what's the worst repercussion that could happen with that? I mean, come on.
I don't even want to think about that. We would get something worse than all of those combined. That's what the repercussion.
That's the sweet irony is. We somehow get all those plots put together into one movie where it's like, damn it.
Really,
it's the Terminator Endgame movie. It's like all of the Terminators show up and like we'll all be back, and they just go after.
They all come back. And then there's just these 2 machine guns that take down all the Terminators, like the Dave and Buster's game. I get it. Yeah. Damn it.
No, and then the movie ends, and then the camera pans out, and you are the guy standing behind the 2 machine guns in the video game. So it was all a game from start to finish. All right, homework time.
Homework time. Pete, what is your one wish?
My one wish. I only get one.
Yep, only get one.
That's long and hard.
This is the freebie you get. You get one.
I want 5 more downloads for Monkey Kung Fu. That's all I want. 5 more freaking downloads for Monkey Kung Fu. Damn
if that happens before this episode comes out, I'm gonna have to record something at the end of this.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Damn it, people.
Well,
5 more. Just download it. Don't listen to it. Just download it.
As you wish. Charles, what is your wish?
Charles.
I had no idea the context of where to go because honestly, you could just go anywhere. So I decided to keep it within our little universe, just like what Pete did.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish February will never come.
Do I have some fun things? Son.
Approved. Right now, approved. I got that one. Stamp. Approved.
Double stamp, triple stamp. Double stamp, triple stamp.
Can I hold that list real quick? I am very hungry.
I have to go to the bathroom real fast. Let me read that list while I go to the bathroom. Do I have to be the Jin now?
Yeah, you gotta be the Jin.
I'm the Jin.
Nate, what is your wish?
Well, fellas, I've thought long and hard, and I really want to get this right. And I believe that I wish for Steven and Leo over at Spoils of Horror. They are the only podcasts that I want to cover Wishmaster 2. I refuse to let us cover Wishmaster 2. A cut above, don't even think about doing Wishmaster 2. Flicking friends, don't even think about it. Dissect that film. You go dissect Wishmaster 3 for all I care. Spoils of Horror.
Could be a bad movie.
I am now wanting this wish to come true. Wishmaster 2. The ball is in your court.
Ooh. Good Beer Bad Movie can do number 4, Pete.
Yep. Evil Devs, you can do number 3 or 4. You do number 1. Yeah.
That tracks.
That is my wish.
I think he's going to get his wish. I think Pete's going to get his wish, but for some reason, I don't think I'm going to get my wish.
Well,
Oh damn! I
someone
just
did it.
realized how I don't get that wish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man.
No, I don't want to die.
Repercussions.
No, wait.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Wait.
That was
You've
the
just
3 wishes.
unleashed the apocalypse, son.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I done messed up.
The rapture happens in January.
Fine. I mean, I'd be okay with that. I just didn't want to be the
Aw.
only one to leave. That's all.
And Monkey Kung Fu only gets 4 downloads.
Oh. 5.
Stephen
5.
and Leo accidentally cover 3 and 4.
They just cover
Instead of
Witchcraft
2.
2. They misheard
Yeah.
us instead of Wishmaster, Witchcraft. See how they sound similar?
I think he
Oh,
wanted us
yeah.
to do Warlock too, right?
I thought they
That's
were
a-
on the. I thought they were going to do all the witchcraft movies.
They
Eventually.
They're going to do
Yep.
all of them.
But
Oh,
right now,
close.
Wishmaster 2 before anything else.
All right. Nate, you ready to do your trash, man?
I am ready for this trash
I don't
opinion.
want to hear
I'm the
it.
trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I bash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
Okay, so I went back. I found a review from 1999.
Ooh,
This
nice.
is from Mad Matt, -4, who gave this 1 out of 10 and said, "Oh my God. I cannot quite believe how bad a film this is. I'm sure in England it came out in 1998. Anyway, after seeing films such as Scream 1 and 2, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, I couldn't get enough of Wes Craven and horror films. I thought finally horror movies are back. Even Halloween H2O, the 7th Halloween film, was good. But this compares worse than Wes Craven's Final Nightmare. It was a good-looking trailer and made me go at midnight to the cinema to watch it. But this movie was very poor. Not too sure why he made it or how much he actually had to do with it. Robert Englund obviously starred in this between picking up his job seeker's allowance. All he could wish for now is a part in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 8 as opposed to a Wishmaster 2.
I see what he did there.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
did, yeah.
That's not very clever, though. I'm not
When-
giving you props
No.
for that.
I really don't have a lot of time for reviewers who have such poor English skills. I just
Right.
It's really hard to read them, man.
Yeah, this isn't Nate's normal, like,
Yeah.
I have a problem. This is Nate's trying
No,
to
no,
read it word for word.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
Nate is reading. it
Sometimes
word for
my
word,
brain will like try to fix it. It's like, no, don't. Like,
and I just
Don't
I
make
just
them
not-
sound better.
I don't have time for this, folks. It's not.
I mean-
even people that would praise this movie with poor English, like no, thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Anyway, he's wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's it,
totally
fellas. Well, Charlie,
it.
you
It's
want to
Wishmaster.
do the thingies?
I will do the things. So
the
if you
thingies.
the thingies. If you want to see all of our thingies, come on over to Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Facebook group.
Tubi.
We also have Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Our thingies are also over on Instagram under both of those names. I just about made Pete spit out a drink.
Cam. Are we doing camming now?
You can find us over on X. I have no idea what he's talking about. We're also on Threads, TikTok. You can find, listen to us over on Spotify and Apple. Please rate us 5 stars over there. Write us a review. We always appreciate it. Nate has literally given shout outs to, I think, most of our podcast friends today. So we're doing
You did
great.
great. Good job, Nate.
Yep.
Hey,
Nate,
I remember names.
you did. Good job, buddy. So yeah, we have a lot of fun on that stuff. And I don't know. This was a fun episode, boys. I enjoyed the hell out of Wishmaster tonight. This is a rare treat where all of us get to giggle like little boys.
Yeah.
about
I want more
horror.
movies like this. This one,
That's the thing. Like, you just want more and more of this.
Slugs was a giggle fest like this. Yeah,
It
this
was
a
for
lot
me
of
and
fun.
Pete anyway. It was
Yeah, for you
fun.
two it was.
Let's do Slither soon.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah, I would totally be down to be
Yeah,
our docket is full through.
I know.
till March.
Until
Everything
February.
Well, you've picked February, so I have to say our docket's
I'm
full
still
till
weighing
March.
my options for February.
Are you? You're going to be like right up till the end because he's like, I don't have to tell these assholes
Yeah,
what movie
I
it
don't
is.
tell
till the day
anything,
I ain't
before.
telling
so,
you
like-
shit.
I'm not getting my wish.
I got two
All
for
right.
sure. Right. Okay.
No, we're fine. Anything else we've overlooked? Have we been anywhere? Are we going anywhere? Or is it pretty calm lately? We good?
I think we're
It's
calm.
calm.
Let's
I
just
like
keep
this.
it that way
We're
for
gonna
the rest of
cruise through
2023.
The holidays. We're gonna come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, swinging in January.
We do. We have given ourselves some torture for our Thanksgiving episode for the horror show, so just be prepared for that.
Mhm.
As Nate likes to point out, it shall be a bountiful feast.
Yes, you are in for quite the feast for Thanksgiving.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nate. I don't understand.
That's the
I
joy
know,
of
I
podcasting
know.
with Pete. He totally forgets
I'll forget
what we're talking about, so it's going to be totally fine. This is why he watches the movies right before we record. So
I don't like forgetting shit.
Exactly.
Hey, that's fair. I like that.
that's a good mantra to have. So, all right, Nate, you want to get us out of here with a good word?
You don't approve? All right, then. Fuck it. You know what I say. If you can't beat them, burn them, baby.
Now, let's talk about how I get back home.
Anytime the
think-
gin cussed, it was weird.
It was a little
Like,
off-putting,
it
or
felt so 90s.
It's like, does the gin need to swear, especially when he was when he would say the shit hit the fan? Like, this guy is
like-
an eternal being. Like, he's been alive since the earth was made. And he's like, it's the shit has just hit the fan.
What's he supposed to say? The feces has hit the fan?
I don't know.
I
The
think that's a-
feces has hit the wall. Like, it feels like he listened to a Limp Bizkit album and then decided that was cool.
That's a phrase that just isn't. It's not timeless. Or maybe
Yeah,
it is. I
like,
don't know.
I
It's
need
very
something that's-
20th century. It
What do you
hasn't-
think he was watching in the stone? He had to have cable.
They didn't
Yes,
have
you know,
fans back when they were
There's
chipping
no
in
way.
stones.
Yeah. The shit hit the slave, if anything.
Well, I mean,
'Cause they were the one holding the fan.
They had fans. So that's even messier if it hit one of those fans.
Well, that means it hit the leaf.
Yeah.
The person that is fanning.
The big palm leaf is shit hit the fan. And now they're fanning the smell of shit everywhere.
Ah,
Jesus, guys, it's not
there's
that
shit on the
complicated.
walls. There's shit on the floor.
Shit on the fan. Oh, we're going home.
I wanted to see his bathroom.